What's going on, guys? Mike here, back again with Renegade Forex. Welcome to the Renegade Forex YouTube channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications, because until further notice, I'm going to be doing multiple videos every week packed full of value, answering your questions surrounding day trading, and more specifically using smart money concepts and no indicators to capture high risk to reward trade setups. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to manage your emotions trading and how to take your emotions out of trading in order to create better emotional control in your day trading and in your Forex trading journey. So these are some tips that I have come up with on my own through realization, and also tips that I've come up with from reading and mentorships and stuff like that. And so I want to share some of them with you today. And so we'll probably do 3 to 5, just because there's many different things that work for different people. But I think kind of the overarching principles and the overarching ideas here you can take and then apply to your own specific scenarios, your own specific strategies, and to your daily routine in trading. Okay, and so first of all, one thing that I have found really helping me with emotions is doing a quick meditation before trading. And I know that this is kind of out there for some people, and some people think, oh, great, here's another guy talking about this, spirituality, meditation stuff. And it's really not about being, spiritual. It's more about, centering yourself before you go into your trading day and helping manage your emotions. And so one thing that I do personally is have a 5-minute meditation session before I sit down and do my pre-market routine. And so having that's topic number one. That's point number one, is having 5 minutes of meditation, of silence, of just, collecting yourself. You can take it upon yourself to find what works best for you, but having just a 5-minute meditation before you actually get into your trading routine will drastically help. And I would recommend just looking up on YouTube, 5-minute meditation for blank, 5-minute meditation for centering emotions, 5-minute meditation for abundance, 5-minute meditation for focus, et cetera, and going from there. I really don't want this to turn into it's definitely not going to turn into how to meditate or anything like that, but this is just a pointer of something that you can implement into your trading. And so that takes me on to point number 2, and that's having a very clear trade plan. And the trade plan is, if you don't have one, is a very vital part of your trading business. It should be treated as, in my opinion, it should be treated as a living, breathing part of your business that adapts with you and it grows with you. And it really is ultimately like your Bible that you can refer to for obviously how to trade, all of the different pieces and moving parts to your trade plan. And when you have a clearly written trade plan, it takes the emotions out of it and out of trading. And here's why. When we have a clearly written trade plan, it allows us to basically take out the guesswork and rely on our rules. Okay. And so a lot of the times, actually almost all the time, when you have trading problems and psychology problems, it comes from essentially a lack of understanding what you're doing in the market. And so if you have a trade plan that you read every morning and you look at it every day before you start trading, and it's clearly written all the way down to, the finest details of your trade plan, then that can in itself relieve a lot of stress and relieve a lot of emotion and anxiety with your trading, because you know that, okay, I'm either following my trade plan or I'm not. And if I'm not following my trade plan, then that's going to obviously cause a lot of emotions. If I have a clearly written trade plan to define what's happening in the market and to define how I react to the market, whether I'm in a trade, whether I'm watching a trade, or actually placing a trade in that moment, the trade plan is like my fallback. It's my rules, it's my boundaries that are applied to the market, and it in having all of those rules and those boundaries, it then releases all of that emotional volatility that comes along with opening a trade. And so, sure, this is a lot easier said than done. I'm sure there's going to be people commenting saying, well, yeah, that's really easy to say. But then when you open a trade and you are actually in a trade, those emotions start to race. Okay. And yeah, you're not wrong. And it is hard to actually manage your emotions. And this is coming from years of trying and failing trading and getting funded. That, yes, it is hard overall, but these are points to help you with that. Okay. And so if you want to get a completely 100% free trade plan template, be sure to check the links in the description below this video. All you have to do is enter in your email and I will automatically deliver you a 100% free template. There's absolutely no obligation. And yeah, it'll be delivered to the email you provide. So be sure to provide a real email address, because it is actually delivered and you have to open it in your inbox. And so that leads me into my next point that I want to talk about today. And that kind of goes along with part of your trade plan. And that is having an appropriate position size that's comfortable for your actual, your realistic point in which you're at in your trading journey. Okay. And this is not financial advice. I would never give someone financial advice, but what I can give you and what I can say to you is that if you open a trade and you immediately feel fear, you immediately think, God, I hope this doesn't turn into a loss. I hope this doesn't, hit my stop loss. You immediately start, maybe you're not scared of the stop loss, but you immediately start questioning your analysis. You immediately start, panicking, or to some degree, you're not comfortable. Then you're probably risking too much in your trades. And it doesn't even matter what your account balance is. It doesn't matter your experience level. It does not matter at all about the actual trade plan itself or like your ability in your trading. It just goes down to what your relationship is with the money that you are risking. And if you are scared or fearful of placing a trade, then that's because most likely either A, you don't have a clearly written trade plan or that you can rely on every day, day in, day out, or B, you're risking way too much in your trading. So that's the third topic now. The third pointer that I'd like to bring up is controlling or reducing or adjusting your risk to match where you're at with your trading abilities and where you're at with just your relationship with the funds in your account anyways. And so I would never personally, there's a lot of different people talking about different risk amounts, but I personally risk 1% per trade. And I have heard of a lot of people risking, less than that on funded accounts, on bigger account balances in general. And so it's totally up to you. But if you're risking any more than like 5% per trade, that's just way too much and you're gambling. And so I know that there's going to be a lot of people watching this that, you may not admit it to anyone else, but at least admit it to yourself that you're risking way too much with your trades and adjust those accordingly. And that's going to immediately take out a lot of the emotion. Okay. And so that leads me actually perfectly more, which is understanding that this is a journey, not a race. Okay. So it's contrary to what the, Ferrari driving, mansion living, Instagram influencers of the trading world have you believing. You're probably not going to get rich overnight. Now I say probably because there are trading, legends that come out. There are people who are exceptionally good at trading. And there is obviously doing anything with speculating and trading, there is the risk of becoming very wealthy very quickly. However, in the beginning of your trading, and if you're assuming a beginner trader since you're watching this video, then the chances are that you're probably not one of those people that's becoming super wealthy overnight, driving a Ferrari and having 17 different supercars parked in your garage mansion. Then I would recommend to you to take a step back from your trading and analyze what you're doing, review your trade journal, and realize that this is a journey. It's not a race. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. And understand that it takes time to develop greatness. It takes time to perfect your craft. It takes time to build your account or to get funded or to accomplish whatever goal you have set for yourself in trading. It takes time to get that. And just accepting that and understanding that like you're not going to hit your goal overnight. You're not going to hit your goal in the next trade unless unless of course your goal is something to do with the next trade, but you're not going to make, a life-changing amount of money in one trade. And if you are making a life-changing amount of money in one trade, then, again, and you're really emotional about it, then again, some of these other topics would be better suited for you. But this specific topic is for, the beginner or intermediate trader who is understanding the market but lacking the results. You just need to understand that this is a journey and that you should enjoy the journey and be grateful for the opportunity that you have in front of you, rather than trying to rush through it and get to the end as fast as possible. Okay. And so that leads me to tip number 5, and the final tip in this video, which is understanding your attitude as a whole in life, and your understanding your mindset as a whole is very important to becoming a better trader. Okay. And so this is something that I, over time, will probably start to talk more about, but I just don't really have enough like proof or evidence to do like an in-depth video or add this to my course or anything like that. That your personality type is everything. And if you are trading against your personality type, or you are creating rules that go against your personality type, or you are in life just living against what your personality type is, then that's going to cause a lot of emotional imbalance for you. Okay. And this is not this is not like a woo woo wah wah kind of thing, or like anything about, being, religious or spiritual, which if you're into that, that's great. And so am I. But honestly, just keeping it like free of politics, free of anything that's like out there, not related to trading. Your personality type is so big when it comes to anything. And so what I would like to lean into in this last pointer, or this last topic for removing your day trading emotions and managing your emotions and taking your emotions out of trading, is looking into your personality type, using some of these legitimate platforms that are available to you to understand yourself a little bit better. Okay. And so just to get into that a little bit and give you a direction on which to go, there are multiple that I would recommend. And so just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about and how to actually dive into your personality type to understand yourself a little bit better, there are a few platforms that, if you are not aware of, will likely change your life. Okay, and so to point you in the right direction of how to figure out more about your personality type and your personal characteristics, I would definitely recommend checking out the DISC assessment and DISC profiles. And I would also recommend checking out Myers-Briggs and that kind of general platform over there. And there's a lot of free tests that you can take in order to better understand your personality type. These are not tests like you just answer them totally honestly without, it's like a self-analysis. Okay. And when you answer these tests and you take these tests, it gives you a in-depth report of your personality type. And when you understand your personality type and you understand the characteristics, first of all, it's very freeing. But then you can take that and apply it back to your trading. So if you're someone, for example, who is completely terrified of taking risk, and you can't get over the fact of using, something like a pending order, or your strategy requires a pending order, then you may want to actually learn how to get additional confirmations in your trade and have a single or a double confirmation entry in your trade. Or for example, if you are someone who is terrified of risk, like we talked about earlier, you may need to actually reduce the risk in your trades and take, more or less frequency of those amounts of trades. And so I don't want this to turn into a topic about actual personality types, but this last point is to understand your personality type more in depth, because then you can build off of what works for you. Okay. At a certain point in your trading journey, trading becomes about you and what you know and what you understand, rather than what the Lamborghini driving Forex gurus who live in mansions are teaching you. And you have to be able to eventually separate that. And in my opinion, the best way to do that is understanding your personality type. And so, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to get a free trade plan template that's 100% free, you can check the links below this video. Also, I do have a trade journal that I do offer. So if you're interested in that, Also, again, links below this video. I also do have a course, which I am in the process of building at the time of actually filming this video. But if you're watching this in the future, be sure to check the links below, because it hopefully by the time you're actually finding this video will be available to gain access to. And inside the course, we talk about how to trade smart money concepts, otherwise known as refined supply and demand. And we go into how to actually trade the markets, any market, any instrument, without using indicators, and find really high risk to reward setups. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to check the links below this video. And also, like I mentioned previously, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because in the future, I'm going to be doing very consistent, very frequent video uploads, and I don't want you to miss those. So until the next time, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.